Progress over perfection. Have you ever heard that saying? Well, today I'm going to shift it a little bit for you. So, welcome to Own Your Greatness. Thanks for being here. If you like my channel, please subscribe, like, and share. That would be amazing to help spread the word on these important, crucial, life-changing conversations about conscious awareness and following your intuition. So, we're going to dive right in. Many years ago, when I first started to really dig into this personal development journey, and at the same time, social media was blowing up, YouTube was blowing up, podcasting was blowing up, I used to follow Marie Forleo, and I'm pretty sure she's the one who would always say progress over perfection. So I'm testing my memory because it's been quite a few years and I don't follow Marie Forleo anymore. However, nothing negative about her. I just have cut back on a lot of people in those lanes. And I used to really subscribe to that. When I heard that, it resonated with me in terms of like a form of validation. It wasn't like earth shattering, but it was like a form of validation because I always felt like that. I was always addicted to the hustle. Addicted to the hustle. I grew up with a father saying, work hard, save your money. And I was that person. I'm also a human design generator. And I was that workaholic person. I actually, when I went to think about what type of man would I like to marry, I asked for someone who had a hobby because I needed balance. Intuitively, I knew I needed balance. So I wanted someone that had a hobby so I could have balance in my life. And hence, I got my husband, who I love, and he loved to fish, and now it's our business. So funny how life works out, right? So anywho, so what I've really come to notice in the last year or so, maybe since I really started this journey about really owning my intuitive gifts that we all have, hence why you're here on this channel. We are all intuitive, and really developing them and then bringing them into consciousness and making changes from that lens is that it's really awareness over perfection. We are all perfect in God's eyes. And I mean God from a place of energetics, not from a place of religion. So in terms of God and our souls and energy, we are all perfect. We just need to embrace and embody more awareness around that fact. Literally, awareness around that fact. And the things that we wish to change or improve, again, awareness. It all boils down to awareness. Following your guidance and then making the changes based on awareness. Awareness leads to perfection. And again, we're perfect. We're always changing and shifting every second of the day. If you have awareness, you're going to change and shift even faster. You're going to do those quantum jumps that everyone talks about on the internet. If you just have consciousness, awareness, and follow your intuition along the path. It's literally that simple, but we make it hard. We make it hard. But it's literally that simple. Because we get caught up in judgment, comparison, competition, envy, guilt, shame, all those yucky things. And we get caught up in the progress piece, which often leads our consciousness down this path of working hard and hustle and doing all these things that are likely not in alignment to what you should be doing. So again, you have to circle back and go, okay, is this really what I want to be doing? Following? No, don't want to be doing this. Get back on the path, right? So it's very fascinating how people think about the word work. And again, my whole life and my human design and my career has a lot of history and evidence about work. And I do believe you need to be working and taking action on your goals, that it's not just going to magically fall out of the sky because you meditated outside with the butterflies all day. That's not true. However, work also means working on yourself along the way. So often what happens is we as people get just caught up in the work from the 3D aspect, the actual job, the actual business, the actual to-dos. And we're then missing out on the real work, which is the internal work. And there has to be an element of doing internal work than doing external work, having breaks, letting things land. Like, it's a process. It doesn't just like happen overnight. These are all like processes. Things need to land. They need to settle. Then you need to have more awareness. It's just a step-by-step type process. Little steps that compound. If you watched my compound effect video, same type of thing, right? You're doing little steps of awareness, and that is your progress. And your own definition of perfection is really going to be where you are expansive. So if you're basing your definition of perfection on somebody else, you're likely constricting your level of expansion. And then you won't be making any progress. The paradox. Think about it. So I'm going to challenge you to think about that today. Like, think about, are you attaching, super important, your perfection and what you view yourself in terms of perfection, whether it's your health, your looks, your relationship, your money, your level of success, whatever that quantifies for you, your family, your ability to live in abundance, any of those things or more can be bucketed into that. And then think about, like, okay, what's my level of progress and how am I attaching my progress? Like, is it from work hard or is it internal work? And where is my level of awareness to those things? And contemplate those things. And I always say contemplate because contemplate's like a forward movement mental energy. It's not going back in the past and reliving things that were yucky and going over them like over and over. That's therapy, and that is a no in my world. We don't need to rehash things 5 gazillion times. And I think I need to change my website about some things. So anyhow, again, not a fan of therapy. Don't think that all therapists are bad, evil people or anything like that. I do think there are some people that are hybrids. But for the most part, therapy is a system. It's a matrix with the insurance. Like, think about it. And they want to keep you stuck in these loops. So you keep on coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. And you get this little piece of cheese that brings you down this little bit, but then they keep you stuck and they bring you back. And I know this because I've had clients over the years that also work with a therapist and it went nowhere. I had to end our relationship because they wouldn't get out of the cycle of the therapy and the insurance, and that it was covered and that was basically free to them. And it's just a mess. Just a mess. It's horrible. It's literally horrible what it can do to people. But again, awareness. So if you have awareness around what it's doing, then you can make a choice as to how that's viewed as progress, right? It all boils down to this. It's fascinating. That's why I love this topic. And I love doing these videos because it's all very interesting to me. I love cracking codes. That's my gift. I love following breadcrumbs, cracking codes, and sharing it. I have so much to share. I feel like I woke up on Sunday morning like a Cairo chamber or whatever they're called. If you watch Foundation, my husband and I love Foundation, and Foundation just came back, and at the end she was like, that's how I feel every day now. It's been crazy, and I have a mosquito in my car. So anyhow, so I think I'm going to end this here. It was a lot, but I commend you if you stayed the whole video and you didn't peace out. So you are on this journey, and it's a big one, but it's fun. So awareness over perfection, But at the end of the day, we all are perfect. And thanks for being here. Bye for now.